And I'm live doing this, but it's...
Are you?
Oh, yeah. Alright, if you're wondering out there, yes, I'm here. So, are you is the question. So, I'm running late because my beloved husband just got back from a conference and managed to scarf down some lovely Del Taco before doing this. So, hi Lise, how are you? I'm getting there, honey, and I forgot like half of my stuff. It's just been one of those crazy days, but I think that's kind of my norm now, so it's okay. So let's see here. So tonight we are doing something totally different in the sense of we're going to do some bubble stamping. And you're probably looking at me like I have lost my marbles. That's okay if you think I've lost my marbles, because some days I think I have too. So, I saw this once on TV. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, Dawn, who is another stamper, put this on a video, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And, well, we're going to see if I can do it without popping a whole bunch of not videos, but bubbles tonight. So we'll just see what happens, huh? So in the meantime, we will get through and see what happens. If you are wondering, I'm just making sure, is my spacing line done? Joel, stop. So, we're competing with live events evidently tonight, so. Turkey, I started first. Stop it.
Behind the scenes.
Stop.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Alrighty, so tonight, yes, my room is a mess, as you all now see, but oh well. I'm prepping for like too many events right at the moment. So, just my stamp, so I wanted to show you that, and let's see. Alright, so tonight we are going to be stamping with Sew in Love and All Things Thanks. All Things Thanks and Sew in Love are in the Occasions catalog. This is part of a suite, the Sew in Love, and love the designer series paper that corresponds with that. So now that I'm settled a little bit, I guess I can slow down my speech a little so you can understand me. And we will get to stamping, won't we? So, tonight I am doing most of my stamping in Versamark and also in Dapper Denim. One of those fun ones to say, we'll just say. And other than that, I think we're just going to get started, okay? So, I have here, hold on, let me get back into my square. Alrighty, so I have here for the base of my card, I have Whisper White cut into A4, which translates to 5.5 by 4.25, scored at 4.25, or 8.5. So we're just going to fold this down. Yes, you can use a bone folder and all that other stuff, but I don't have it right at the minute and I don't want to get up again. So, you can use the edge of your scissors or your snips. With the case, works great, doesn't leave a crease. There's lots of different ways you can cut corners if you absolutely have to and are being lazy and just don't want to get up. So, got a piece of matte, or framing, if you want to say, for our base of our card, which is, well, hey Nance, how are you? I'm glad to see you. You wanted to see what this bubble wrap thing was, I bet, huh? So, alright, so we've got Dapper Denim here, and this is cut at 5.25 by 4 to mat in 1/8 of an inch on each side. So there's that. I always glue after you finish. We've got Dapper Denim ribbon, and depending on how this comes together is how we're going to do things. I had to remind you that you are amazing. We're not going to use the stamp, but I had to remind you, right? In case nobody's told you today. So, just wanted to let you know. So I'm just kind of getting things in order so we can actually get things done. I love that color too. That's why I'm doing it. So, alrighty. So let's see here. Here's my bubble wrap, my infamous bubble wrap. And then I figured I would, thanks for joining us. And, well, we'll just see where that takes us, huh? So, alrighty. So I have cleared off enough space that I could actually get something done now. I think at least. And this is for the words. So what I'm going to do is show you how to stamp with bubble wrap. Now, sometimes, you know, you're traveling or at convention and you haven't done enough swap cards on stage, sorry. And you haven't done enough swap cards and you go, I needed some more cards, right? So you've got all your tools except for maybe a background stamp, let's just say, right? I don't know. I'm making this up. So I just thought it was really cool that you can take average stuff and get it totally done, right? So, the Dapper Denims for a little bit later. So what you want to do is you want to start with a very well juiced, so re-ink it if you have to, Versamark pad, okay? You are going to use your clear embossing powder, and what you want to do is have this on hand so it doesn't dry out, first. So when you stamp this, you're going to stamp it as quick as you can, and then you're going to put it on here, and well, we're just going to do it. So we're going to do this, but you want to press hard enough to get the ink, but not so hard that you pop all the bubbles. This is probably the only time that you're actually going to throw away bubble wrap, unless you want to get this ink all over you. And you're not going to be able to see it because it's watermark. So what I'm going to do, because I can see where this is, and you might want to cut it a tiny bit bigger, just because, you know, and then I kind of rub it this way and get it so it kind of sticks, and then flip it over and rub again. So you're just really going to work so those dots all get on your page, for lack of a better term. And you know you're pressing too hard if you hear pop, right? So just something different. All right, into the trash can because I don't need more mess. Now, I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, so I'm just going to very lightly shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. Do you see the dots on there? And before they completely dry out, I'm going to stick this in a tray. If I can lift it without getting everything everywhere. Gotta be careful where you put your fingers, right? So I'm going to sprinkle this clear embossing all over. And yes, I'm going to use too much because I want it completely covered, right? I mean, that is the goal, right? Okay. So I'm going to cover those corners where I thought my fingers might have been. And you can probably see the dots a little bit better now, as you can see. And if you have never embossed before, yes, I'm going to do this and just set this to the side. Excuse me for a second. And I'm going to cap this ink because it's not as crucial to do it as quickly now. But you want to still do it kind of quick because, well, my fingers get put in things after a while. I don't know about you. So we are going to go on the high setting for our heat gun. And what you're going to do, if you don't already know, is you're going to wait for those crystals in that powder to melt. So yes, it is clear, but you will still be able to see the shine or the crystals kind of melt. You want to keep it moving because you don't want to burn your paper. There we go. There we start to go. Goes quickly once it starts, but you definitely do not want to burn your paper, and you most definitely do not want to burn your fingers because then, well, you'd probably not be able to craft anymore or stamp. So that would be a problem now, wouldn't it? So, alrighty. So we are going along with this. When I first saw this video, I really thought that Dawn had lost it. But she's done some crazy stuff. I actually really like watching her. And if you don't know it, she's actually $1 million achiever for Stampin' Up! And she was the one that designed the motorcycle set that's in the main annual catalog. So if you have a chance, take a look at it. Her husband actually has a shop, Harley Shop, I believe it is. And they go riding all the time and host riding groups and all kinds of stuff. So, no, I'm not done. I am just switching the fingers out. You want to take your time a little bit because you don't want your fingers to stick into the warm powder. Not so much that your fingers are burned, but you'd have to redo your card, of course, right? Almost. So, got a couple on the edge still to do. It's one thing about going live instead of videos, we can't speed anything up. So, no edits, no speeding up. So if it catches the thing on fire, you're just gonna watch my house burn down. And we're not doing that tonight, so we're good. Let's see. Am I done? I don't know. I think I'm done. Okay. Alrighty. So as you can see, they're all shiny now. At least I hope you can see that. So, and you'll see it even better in just a second because we're going to take some Dapper Denim and our little sponge dauber here. Now there's a couple different ways you can do this. What I want you to pay attention to, though, is if you want an ombre look or anything like that, you're going to do one of the edges much darker or much more than you're going to do the top or wherever you start. And the reason for that is so you get the right effect, right? Because of the dots, I was thinking this would be more like that bokeh technique, or however you say that, B-O-K-E-H, where you've got kind of a look of almost a light coming through. So that's what I am kind of going for. So I'm going to actually go lighter in the middle here, is what I'm thinking, or towards the top here. So you want to be consistent in whatever motion you start with, because if you want streaks, then you need to pull. Right now I'm kind of doing more circular, so you want to make sure that whatever you do, you stay consistent with. And because I wanted that bokeh technique, I'm going to go a tiny bit lighter right there, and see how it's a little bit lighter here and there. That's the look I'm going for. You're welcome to do whatever, obviously, because it's going to be your creation, so you have to own it and do your own, right? So, and I did not bring a paper towel with me, so if you want this to be more accented, what you would do is have a paper towel and wipe off the excess so it'd be more white, but I actually want it a little bit more muted. So for one, I forgot to bring a towel, but I actually like that look. So that's what I am looking at for that. I thought about using the flowers if I only did half to make a background, but I like the look of the whole thing, so I'm actually not going to use the flowers and the leaves for this. I might use them for the punch. I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm probably off screen right now, so I need to push this up, is do a thanks for joining us, right? And we're going to punch this out, and then if we have room, I am going to fill it in with the flowers and leaves and all that kind of stuff. So let's see here. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, actually. So I think I'm just going to use the leaves. Yes, I'm still going to use the blue, the Dapper Denim rather. But what I want to do is stamp off. So I just have just a barely kind of thing. And I love the fact that it didn't stamp in the middle because that kind of gives the effect I want for that whole bokeh, you know, light kind of thing. So, kind of cool. Okay, so let's see here. So when somebody tells you you've gone absolutely crazy, got my snips here, because you are stamping with bubble wrap, you tell them that I saw a professional do it and I can do it too. So that's what I have to say about that. I say anything is absolutely, well, hey Tammy, how are you? I say that anything is fair game in the craft room except for maybe soup. That's about all. And, well, obviously it enters the craft room, but I haven't figured out how to stamp with it, and I don't think I want to. So, I am grabbing some Dapper Denim ribbon to break up this card a tiny bit. And I'm just grabbing some glue dots so I can lay this ribbon down. The one thing you do need to pay attention to is because the... let's see if I can do this and talk. No, sorry. Because you've got embossing on here, embossing powder on here, you want to make sure to use glue dots because the snail adhesive is not going to stick very well, at least in my experience. So you want to make sure you have, you know, one of the 17 different adhesives we have in our craft room, correct? Let me tear this excess off. And so what you want to do is just lay some dots down so you can tuck that behind. I don't often like the frayed look unless it's like burlap or something like that. So I'm just tucking it behind so I can kind of finish this. So this is what we're looking at. Where'd my snail go? I'm used to being on like a table and a half. So a lot of people ask me how many people or how many crafters I can get into my craft studio, and I usually say 8 to 10 or just me, and then I run out of room. So it's really kind of true, unfortunately. I tend to spread out and make a huge mess, and at the end of this I'll show you the rest of the stuff I'm preparing for, and you're gonna get probably a good chuckle. Because yes, I might do this for a living. Yes, I have an awesome time. However, hey Serena, glad you made it, hun. You must have just finished running around. But yeah, I'm not the tidiest of people. My husband will be the first to tell you. I'm just seeing where these dots are gonna go. My husband will be the first to tell you that he'll walk into my craft room, and if I'm cleaning it, he'll go, oh, there must be a class soon. Because otherwise, I just kind of layer the mess, because you never know if you're going to need it, right? Not the mess, but, you know, you pull everything out, and then you just don't want to get up. You want to actually get your creative mojo moving. So it ends up being quite a few layers of mess. I'll just say that. So that would be my infamous card. And to make it official, let's see if I can find my copyright stamp. I can. I only have one layer of mess. It's usually when it gets to 2 to 3 that I have trouble finding things, and then I finally have to clean if I don't have a class coming up. See, I make mistakes too. Those are Creative Mojo handmade mistakes, so it's okay. So, alrighty, so this is my infamous bubble wrap card. Kind of crazy, but hey Linda, glad you made it, hun. You've had a busy day today, just like all the rest of us. So this is the bubble wrap card. For those of you that just joined me, I took a Versamark and laid the bubble wrap, or vice versa, depending on how comfortable you are, on the bubbly side, not the flat side, and then just smushed the white, Whisper White cardstock on that, and then clear embossing powder and heat gunned it. And after that, sponge dauber with whatever color you want to accent, obviously. And it could be multiple colors. It's just, I picked Dapper Denim tonight. And then just did a little bit of that. So, just something way different. Thank you, Don, for the idea. Really appreciate it. And for those of you that want to see my room. Do I dare do this? Let me see what I can do. Hold on. All right, hello. How are you? Good to see everybody, even if it's virtual. So, I'm glad you like the colors. Awesome. So, I am going to flip this back around. There we go. And I'm going to show you my messy, messy room. Oh my goodness. So, let's see here. It's actually not too bad. This is the video stuff here. Oh, and if you haven't heard about Milltree, they're actually doing a ceramics workshop. So if you want to hear more about that, let me know. I think it's this weekend, actually. And I'm going to try to move slow so I don't make you seasick. So, but this is, Linda's going to get a sneak peek of what you're doing tomorrow, believe it or not. Because you're coming tomorrow, right, Linda? Yes? Okay. So tomorrow we are working on a new card. I have a private class for some retired teachers up in, well, Yucca now. Linda, because we're going to Diane's instead, I believe. So, thank you. Yes. So we're going to do this card, which has quite a bit of washing to it, but just a little bit different because if you notice here, the die actually sticks out with the color underneath it. So that's going to be a secret on how to do it. And after that, I'll put it up online and all that kind of stuff. And then, thanks, Linda. Appreciate it. No, that was kind of watercoloring. You wanted to do a whole bunch, but honestly, I had all these other ideas. And oh my gosh, you know, there's always a whole bunch of stuff. This is the other one we're going to do. And I'm going to show you the main point of this whole one is the background, the quilting background, I guess you would say. And then, believe it or not, we're also going to do a, let me find the front of this thing, a birthday box. Yes, the lid comes off. It's really cool. So that's what I'm working on for you guys for tomorrow. And then I got to finish a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh, and here's the rest of the bubble wrap. See, you guys, it's just how life goes, right? So this actually isn't too bad. Let me flip back around. So this actually isn't too bad tonight because it's only like one layer and I don't have to put up an extra table yet. So some days it's really bad, but oh well. So for those of you that are just joining, we just finished doing a, let me not trip over the cord, a bubble card. Let's see. There we go, a bubble card. And if you need to know how it looks or how to do it, I should say, when I post this, you'll be able to reverse back and figure it out. But I think everybody that joined has been pretty much on with me the whole time. So I think that's it for tonight because I got to finish getting ready for tomorrow's class. Huh, Linda? So other than that, I think we're good. I've gone almost a half hour. Oh my gosh. I will post this on YouTube. I figured it would. Any good crafter usually has a mess from time to time. So, but I'll post this on YouTube under Johnny Stamps, and it'll be up within the next couple days. I'm not sure I'll get to it tonight because I got to finish cutting for tomorrow. So, without anything else, hope you learned something new. And yes, you can stamp with just about anything. So, thanks for joining me, Johnny Stamps. And if you need to look me up, johnnydaniel.stampinup.net. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.